The question says differentiate between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Differentiate between self-pollination and cross-pollination. Now let us see the answer to this question. The differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. Now the first difference is number of parents required. In asexual reproduction, we need only a single parent. It is uniparental. In sexual reproduction, two parents of opposite sex, that is should be male and other should be female, are required and they are biparental. Gonads not needed, they are not required in asexual reproduction, but in sexual reproduction, male and female gonads are needed, which are the sex organs. Third is gametes. Gametes are not formed in asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two types of gametes are formed. First is male gamete, second is female gamete. Fourth is reductional division of meiosis. In asexual reproduction, meiosis does not take place, but in sexual reproduction, since gametes need to be haploid and they can only be formed by reductional division, which is meiosis. Fifth is fertilization. In asexual reproduction, there is no fusion of gametes, but in sexual reproduction, there is fusion of male and female gamete, which is essential for restoring the diploid number of chromosome in adults. So it is very important in sexual reproduction for fertilization to occur so that we can maintain the chromosome numbers in adults. Sixth is offspring. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are identical to the parent, and in sexual reproduction, offsprings are genetically different, which are having the combination of genes from both the parents. Since there is fusion of male and female gametes, so half of the genetic material will come from one parent and half will come from the other parent. Seventh is rate of multiplication. In asexual reproduction, since there is rapid rate of multiplication, as asexual cycle is of short duration, but in sexual reproduction it takes long for completion, hence it is comparatively much slow. Occurrence. Now asexual reproduction is found mostly in lower organisms which are having simple body organization. So asexual reproduction is very common in organisms which have simple body organization, and sexual reproduction it occurs in all higher or more complex organisms. In lower organisms, sexual reproduction occurs only during unfavorable conditions. So mostly in lower organism, asexual reproduction happens, but when there are unfavorable conditions, sexual reproduction can take place. Let us see the differences between self-pollination and cross-pollination. Now, self-pollination occurs within a flower or between two flowers of the same plant. So, the plant is same. But cross-pollination occurs between the flowers of two different plants. So, the plant becomes different, but it is of the same species. Second is that no external agent is required as it is between the same plant. In cross-pollination, some external agents like wind, water, birds or insects are required because it is on the other plant, the pollen has to travel. Third point is that male and female parts, that is anther and stigma of flower, mature at the same time. In this cross-pollination, anthers and stigma in flower mature at different times because the plant is different. Fourth is that the flowers are usually not attractive because there is no needs of insects because the plant is same and pollen can easily travel from one flower to another. But in cross-pollination we need insects to take it from one plant to another. So flowers are brightly colored and attractive to attract pollinators. Now, flowers do not produce scent or nectar since this is the same reason as we do not need any agent for pollen travel, and in this scent and nectar are usually produced to attract the insects. Now, sixth is that vigor is gradually lost and vigor in offspring is maintained, the same reason that we need to attract the agents for pollination. Seventh is that parental characters are preserved since variation do not take place, new varieties are not formed. Since it takes place on the same plant, the genetic variations do not occur, and in this case the varieties will not be formed. But in case of cross-pollination, parental characters are not preserved and new varieties will develop due to variations, which is important as both the genetic materials are different of the different plants, which will lead to variation.